Hello, today I'm going to be doing some kitchen cleaning and organization in my real kitchen, and there's nothing Pinteresting about it. So first of all, I'm getting started on cleaning the outside of my refrigerator. Now I was very shocked when I started cleaning and I realized how dirty the handle to our refrigerator was, and I even showed it to my husband afterward, and he was like, what in the heck? So I guess we just didn't realize. And anyway, this is real life. Your fridge gets so many hands touching it and it gets so dirty, but we're gonna get that fixed up. And so here I'm just letting you see me in all my glory. This is Sunday morning and I did not get cleaned up or get prettied up for cleaning. That's just not what I do. Usually if I know I'm going to be doing some cleaning, I just kind of stay a little messy all day because it's gonna happen. And so I did come across some leftover pizza in my fridge, and I'm just letting you see the ugly truth behind the closed doors. I'm gonna start by getting everything out of the refrigerator. I'm starting with the door, and I guess I will just apologize for my appearance, but like I said, this is real life. And so I found an onion that we had wrapped in foil and put in the fridge, and so that got tossed. Some empty containers are going into the trash, and I'm just starting to kind of classify all of my condiments, and you will see when I'm putting things back that I have a white shelf in the door of our refrigerator, which means that only the white foods can go on it. You know, the sour cream, the mayo, and all that fun stuff. Anyway, I may be weird, but that's okay. And I'm just giving these shelves. Here's the ugly truth, because it's so satisfying. You want to see the dirt, right? And so I'm using some white vinegar to clean these shelves, and I'm using the sleeve to one of my husband's old white t-shirts to get that cleaned out. So just cleaning up all of the yucky stuff that has dripped and spilled into the door of the fridge with some non-toxic white vinegar and water. That's it. When my daughter was a little girl, this used to be one of our fun mother-daughter activities, cleaning the refrigerator, and we would take everything apart, you know, take the shelves out, take the glass out, and sometimes we would even take the shelves into the bathroom and soak them in the bathtub. I mean, yeah, we're kind of weird like that, but we both like to organize. Maybe the cleaning so much, not so much, but organizing we do enjoy. But anyway, I sure do miss those days. I sure do miss her help cleaning the fridge, because I don't like to do it. So moving on, I am just continuing to get everything out and rearrange it and start getting things put back in, that kind of thing. So I got my milk put back in, and I do close my fridge up periodically just so that everything isn't spoiling in the meantime, and just continuing to just kind of toss as I go along. I'm really kind of sad that some of our produce did go bad, and that's my fault just for ignoring it. And then on the other hand, when your fridge is not organized and tidy, you really kind of don't know what's lurking in the back there. So it does kind of help to save money and keep your food fresh if you keep your refrigerator cleaned out a little. And so here I am. Like I said, this is my white shelf. So we're going to do the mayo, the ranch, the tartar sauce, the sour cream, and usually I get the squeezy sour cream, but my husband bought the tub, which is fine, but it kind of doesn't fit the way the squeezy does. And so the Parmesan cheese, you know, you get the picture. I don't know how the white shelf came to be in my house, but if something gets put on there that goes in the everyday condiments, then I will move it, because I am ridiculous about it. And so all of the stuff that we don't really use, or stuff that just I would be using, is going to go down on this bottom shelf, because, you know, the family wants everything accessible. So that stuff all stays up a little higher. And so everyday condiments, like I just said, go on the shelf. And that would be the ketchup, the mustard, things like that. And then this French dressing obviously can't be with the other dressings because it's not white, and it can't be on the white shelf with the others. It's going to go into the everyday condiment section here. And I'm just going to put my soy sauce and my mustards. I don't know if soy sauce actually has to be in the fridge, but it's just where I keep mine just so that I know where it is. Otherwise, it could get lost on the shelf. The same with my vinegar. And then I just leave a little section right here on the end for the hot sauces because that's where people just tend to reach in and grab. It's easy access, like I said before. Plus, the little shelf is curved right there, so it just kind of fits right in that little spot. And I have my minced garlic and my cocoa aminos on this little shelf above the everyday condiments. I'm just putting all of our sticks of butter and the Better Than bouillon, which I do keep in the fridge. I'm not sure if you have to or not, but I just do. And so this hurts my heart a little to throw these tomatoes away, but they did go bad in my fridge. And then I realized that we have several jars of mayo, and so there's a big one, and then we have the two others, so we're gonna have to just stick them in somewhere and get those used up. I'm gonna get my eggs into this clear container. I usually have more eggs than this, but have you seen the price of eggs lately? Oh my goodness. So this is what I have, about a dozen. I'm gonna put them in this container, and I do look at the egg holders at the store every now and then, but then I figure if I'm going to go through all of that, then I could just keep them in the container that they come in. I'm doing all of our pickles and olives and peppers in this little other clear container, and I'm going to slide those right in. All of the random jars of mayo and the jelly and the cheese sauces in this little bin. I'm going to just set that there. And then the other one, I'm just going to put all of the loose and random little grab and go snacks like these oranges, avocados, and apple, and a couple of fruit cups that we had. So this is in no way going to be like a Pinterest worthy fridge organization. This basket is just where I put meat that I want to thaw, and I figure if anything leaks, it will catch it. And then I'm just using this top drawer for produce. I know you don't generally want to put your meat above your produce. I tend to keep meat on the bottom, but that doesn't always work out for us because, like I said, the leaks and just, you know, anything on the bottom just isn't really accessible in this refrigerator. We do have it up against a counter, so the door does not swing all the way open, and so it does get a little bit, as you can see, with me trying to reach in there, and then I just start dropping stuff in there, but it's not fully accessible. The drawer doesn't even come all the way out, which is okay because we can live with it. And sometimes life is just about living with what you have. And so anyhow, this is the cheese drawer, this little drawer here on the top. And I may do something later on down the road because this does get messy. Like, this is organized for this drawer, and I do put my tortillas and my lunch meats into this drawer with our cheeses. And we do have a lot of cheeses because it is one of our favorite foods. And so we have a lot of random cheese packages here in Ziploc bags with blocks of cheese or shredded cheese. And so maybe down the road I will do something about that, but I did not spend a lot of money. The only thing that I bought were these baskets from the dollar store. And so, like I said, that is just to hold the meat that I'm thawing out for the week. And then I have a little bit of room for the leftovers, such as that pizza. And it really looks like we have way less food, even though this is the same stuff that I took out and put back in. So I do like that I can see everything and I know where it is. It's easy to get to. I'm not going to spend a lot of time thinking and wondering, did I have this? Did I buy that? That kind of thing. I can look in and see exactly what I have. And so I'm really happy. The family was really happy that the fridge was cleaned out. So that was a little something that I was doing for the whole household. And our handle is nice and clean. Voila. And now that the refrigerator is all done, I'm coming for the freezer. And the freezer organization is going to be pretty short and sweet because I'm not doing a whole lot here. Just going to kind of rearrange and make everything fit better. My little Diet Coke there is getting moved around quite a bit. And I'm going to just start by taking a few things out and kind of categorizing as I can. So in the grand scheme of things, having these little baskets to organize some stuff really is helpful. So I am going to take some of the smaller, but what was I saying? Some of the smaller meats and putting them into the basket. These are the types of things that tend to roll around and get smushed around. And so I'm putting my bacon all into this basket and some of the 1 pound burger packages, the Italian sausage, some of the fish, the bagged shrimp, that kind of thing. You get it. And I'm going to just slide that back in there. And then some of those larger packages of meat will just go on their own on the shelf. But the little stuff I just wanted to contain. And so I'm just moving things around and I'm kind of looking through stuff. And some of the stuff in the Ziploc bags is leftovers, but they've been in there a long time. So we're just going to let those go. We tried and they didn't get used. So they're going to go this time just to make the more room in the fridge or the freezer, I mean. And so, like I said, I'm just stacking up some of the meats. I have like 3 or 4 packages of flatbreads that I didn't even realize I had in there. So I'm stacking those on a shelf. And then my smaller bags of veggies and things that I prepped, I'm just going to put into another basket so that I can slide it in there, slide it out when I need to look for it. And it'll be more accessible and I'll know exactly what I have in there. Sometimes I will chop up peppers and things like that and then forget where they're at. They get mixed in with the big bags or the store-bought bags of frozen veggies and fruits that I keep in the bottom bin and, just don't know what's in there. So that's what I'm doing here. And then that very bottom shelf is a slide out, or basket, is a slide out basket. And I just keep my store-bought bags of veggies down there and I'm not even going to organize it. Like, that's not how we live. So I'm not going to even pretend to do that with you. So I do not mind having everything just kind of thrown into that basket. And here's just a closer look of the already prepped veggies like the celery and whatnot in that basket. I'm going to put my pie crust in there because I will not be baking a pie right now in the summertime. So that'll keep until fall, I guess. I have some little random stuff like leftover chili beans, my smoothie packs. I have some marinara or pizza sauce, a couple packs of breast milk for the grandbaby, and then an ice pack that I just put in there. Other little ice packs on the top little shelf here. They don't really hold too much. And then I have some room there for something, I guess. And, just the bigger packs of meat and whatnot. So that's it for the freezer. And we're going to move on to the pantry, or not the pantry, but the spice rack. So I have had my spices on our door that goes to the basement here. And it's just kind of inconvenient. It's great because my stove is right there. But, when the guys are walking in and out to go outside or down to the basement, they really hate that shelf is right there and they kind of have to maneuver around it. And so for me, it's like in my head, but as you can see, my husband's a big guy, so it's a little inconvenient for him and Cameron to have to keep that in their mind, not to bump into it on their way around or whatever. So I'm going to just tuck it in behind the door here because there is a little room on this wall and it still allows the door to open up all the way. And there's my husband outside going to the garden. So just looking at him, seeing what he's up to. I think one of the neighbor guys was over too. So anyway, I'm just going to continue to put this little shelf up here. I do have, this is a 2-piece set. I have the other one on in the pantry, and I'm going to move that here and just make it the whole length of the whole wall. And so I'm just using some screws and screwing it right to the wall, and then I'm just going to put all of our spices back on there. So this has worked out a whole lot better for us, and I'm just going to do some spice organization. Somehow spices tend to stress me out. I don't like having so many on hand. It's like clutter to me, so I'm going to go through and consolidate some of them, the smaller bottles, into larger ones, things that we use a lot of, like garlic powder and crushed red pepper. And I do save the Parmesan cheese bottles and refill them with other things because they are the perfect size for dumping the smaller bottles into. Like you see here, I'm just putting the crushed red pepper that we have on hand, and we normally have more of this, so this is on the low side for us. So that's going into a big shaker bottle, and I'm just going to add that to the other ones on the spice rack. And then this garlic powder is brand new, and this is how much was actually in the bottle when I got it home and opened it up. So I have a couple other ones I'm going to just pour into this big bottle and call it good. Well, that is it for my extremely simple and easy kitchen organization. I didn't put in a whole lot of effort and money to do this, and sometimes just doing a little bit here and there is enough to make it feel like a big improvement. If you're like me and you watch kitchen organization videos and you feel inadequate because your kitchen is not Pinterest perfect and you don't have all of the fancy labels or whatever, then just know you're not alone. I'm right here with you. I think there's a whole society of people that think like me and don't fit into the confinement of printed out labels. And so this is the video for you if you're like that too. And my kitchen has many imperfections, and if I waited until I had all of my projects done before I posted a video, then it would never get done. And I just want to share how I'm living in this moment, not just all the perfect moments. As always, I thank you for coming by and watching my video. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you had fun here today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.